Hello? Is anyone there? Excuse me, is the manager here?
Hello. Huh?
Xavier? Why are you here?
This is my friend's store. He went out, so I'm helping him look after the shop for a bit. Did you need something from him?
I want to buy that book, the one on the outermost shelf. How much is it?
The manager forgot to tell me. Maybe you can pay for it the next time you visit?
Is that really okay? What if I never come back again?
Aren't we neighbors?
What? Yeah, I mean...
Hey, how much does this book cost?
How to Ignite Your Confidence and Win Over Beautiful Girls, 13th edition. Oh, this book. It's part of a series. I'll find the other ones for you. Here, 101 Dating Tips. And this one, Winning Her Heart, Overcoming Rejection and Creating Lasting Love. Secrets of Seduction. Proven strategies for winning the heart of any woman you desire. That's the whole collection. I'll give you a 5% discount since you're getting the entire series. I hope these books will be of use to you.
Oh, yes. Of course they will. Thank you for your help, really. I'm here. Huh. You said you were just looking around. How come you bought so many books? Oh, I mean, it never hurts to read more books.
That was good for the opening sale.
Opening? But the sun is about to set.
Really now, it's already time to close.
Close?
Yeah, it's rare to make a sale. It's been a fruitful day.
So, do you typically have very few customers?
Well, it's a secondhand bookstore after all. Also, this place can often be closed for weeks at a time. I'm actually surprised we're still getting any customers at all. Oh, I almost forgot. Are you going to take that book home with you?
Can I stay and wait for the bookstore owner to return? I don't want to come back on another day, only to find the bookstore closed.
Fine. Come with me. Have a seat. He should be back soon.
Thank you.
Did I disturb your reading?
No. I was just curious why you stopped reading.
I'm a bit tired and want to rest for a while. What about you? What are you reading?
After Sunset. It's a science fiction novel. I read the first half of it at my high school library during my lunch breaks, but I never got to finish it because it was borrowed by someone else. Now I finally have the chance to read the ending.
If you remember the plot from your high school days to now, it must be a good story.
The protagonist is a lonely bird without any companions. It lives on a barren planet, fighting to survive every day.
It perches atop the glacier and gazes up at the sky. There is nothing, only darkness, day after day. The world is veiled in perpetual darkness, without any sign of life. Its nest has crushed under the weight of yesterday's snow, and it must now find a new place to live as soon as possible. The blizzard won't let up once it hits. It must move faster. It sounds interesting. I wonder what the bird looks like. Perhaps the longer the night, the more visible the stars. And before then, there will also be a beautiful sunset.
You read this book too?
No. Is that what the plot was about?
This book begins with a prologue about the sunset before the long polar night. The bird dreamed of seeing the sunrise again after surviving the night. That was a beautiful sunset I just watched. The sunrise must be equally breathtaking to witness, said the bird. There is a similarity in what you just said.
Now that you've said that, I'm curious how the story ends. But I'm sure the bird will live to see the sunrise. Why would anyone write an entire book on how a poor bird miserably fails anyway? Well, it's not entirely impossible. I read several books where the author makes you think the protagonist will have a happy ending. Then the plot changes, and the protagonist fails at the last moment.
What?
Books like that put me in a bad mood.
Sudden bad endings?
Since you've been looking for this book, you must really like the bird story.
Yeah, I was feeling a bit lost in high school, and this book touched a part of my heart, in a way. To see the sunrise, this bird can endure so much. I aspire to be like that.
Like what?
I guess I want the unwavering determination to keep pushing forward no matter what it takes.
It doesn't take that much determination to keep going. Sometimes it's actually harder to let go. Like the owner of this bookstore. He spent a decade collecting these old books, sorting them, and cleaning them. But for him, running this bookstore isn't something that would require determination. He's just doing it because he wants to. You said you aspire to have that kind of determination. Then maybe you should first look for the goal that you're willing to weather the storm for.
What about you? Do you have a goal like that?
Xavier.
I'm inside.
You're awake? That's rare. Is she your guest?
She's your customer. She wants to buy a book.
Oh, yes. I want to buy this.
After Sunset. It's a very old novel, even older than you. This version is the best translation. You have good taste in books. I'll give you a discount.
Then I'll be leaving now. See you next time.
Is she a friend of yours? Why don't you see her out?
Wait a minute. Didn't Xavier say he was curious about how the story ends?
Are you waiting for me? Just kidding. I want to borrow that book from you.
But what if the ending turns out different than we thought? Do you still want to read it?
Of course. I'm sure it's going to be a good read, no matter how the story ends.
Alright, then I'll lend it to you as soon as I finish it. But how do I give it to you?
You can just walk upstairs and knock on my door. I'll be looking forward to the story you'll bring me.